Hello everybody, this is Pastor Green. We're doing another Bible study, Exodus chapter 17. If you'd like me to come speak at your church or if you have any questions, email me at godsohman@gmail.com. Exodus 17 verse 1. And all the congregation of the children of Israel journeyed from the wilderness of sin after their journeys according to the commandments of the Lord, and pitched in Rephidim, and there was no water for the people to drink. Now you got to understand, they're in the middle of the desert, so having no water is a really big issue. Wherefore, when the people did chide with Moses, and said, Give us water that we may drink, and Moses said unto them, Why chide with me? Therefore do tempt me, tempt the Lord. And basically that word just means they argue with Moses. And the people thirsted for their water, and the people murmured against Moses, and said, Wherefore is it that thou shalt brought us up out of Egypt to kill us and our children and our cattle with thirst? You know, throughout all of Exodus, the Israelites just keep complaining. You know, why have you done this to us? We were doing great in slavery. They just don't get it. You know, God's testing them. Are you guys ready to go to the promised land? And they keep messing up, and that's why they have to stay in the wilderness longer. And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, What should I do unto these people? For they are almost ready to stone me. Moses is saying, God, I'm at my wit's end. These people are trying to destroy me. Please help me. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go on before the people, and take with thee the elders of Israel, and their rod. Wherefore thou shalt smotest the river, take it in thine hand and go. So the rod that he hit the ground and split the Red Sea, he's saying, grab that rod, you're going to go out the wilderness. Behold, I will stand before thee upon the rock in Hebron, and they shall smite the rock, and there shall come water out of it, and the people may drink. And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel. And you have to understand that there's not a whole lot of greenery in this area. You can see up here in the top of Egypt, there's going to be some greenery. And you can see here over Israel, there's a little bit of greenery. But really, that's it. And where they're at, there's really no greenery at all, as you can see. And a lot of people, if you look at the internet for this, it shows you this little bitty rock that Moses hit and water's coming out of it. Here's another one. It shows a little bitty rock that Moses hit and water came out of it. But you got to understand, there was over 2 million people that was walking around here. This little bit of water isn't going to make a difference. This is actually the rock at Horeb here. It's actually 50 feet tall. It's a ginormous rock, and water would come out of both sides of it. Exodus 17 verse 7. And he called the name of the place Massah and Meribah, because of the chiding of the children of Israel, and because they tempted the Lord, saying, The Lord is among us or not. So when they busted the water out of the rock, they wanted to basically rename it, and this is because the children were complaining, and they tempted the Lord. And then came Amalek and fought with Israel in Rephidim. Now Amalek is actually the grandson of Esau, and we learned about Esau in Genesis 36. And Moses said unto Joshua, Choose out us men, and go out and fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on top of the hill with the rod of God in mine hand. So Joshua did as Moses had said unto him, and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And it came to pass, when Moses held up his hands, that Israel prevailed. And when he let his hands down, Amalek prevailed. But Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat thereupon. And Moses and Hur stayed up his hands, one on one side and the other on the other side, and their hands were steady until the going down of the sun. Now I don't know if you guys have ever done this experiment, but go get a broomstick or a 2x4 or something, and see how long you can hold it over your head. It's very difficult. In fact, this is one of the things the military will do to, punish or test you. They'll have you hold your gun over top of your head. So try this at home. Get a broomstick or a 2x4 or a branch from outside or whatever, and see how long you can hold it on top of your head. Aaron and Hur was holding his hands up, because when his hands were up in the air, Israel won, and when his hands came down, the Amaleks won. So these partners are helping him out. And sometimes in your Christian walk, you're going to have a lot of issues, and it's always good to have friends that's going to be there to hold you up and to keep you accountable. Exodus 17:13. And Joshua discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword, which basically means he used the sharp pointy the pointy part of the sword. And the Lord said unto Moses, Write this for memorial in this book, and rehearse it with the ears of Joshua, for I will utterly put the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. 40 years later in Deuteronomy, we actually see that they remember what happened here. And in Deuteronomy, it basically says, remember what Amalek did to us. When you get to the promised land, make sure you come back here and you take care of them. And Moses built an altar and called it by the name of it Jehovahnissi, which basically means the Lord is my banner. So, all throughout the Bible, they're making these altars because they want later on for their kids to come by and see these stones, and they go, hey, what's this? And you can tell them the story. For he said, because the Lord has sworn to the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. So they wanted to build this little stack of stones, or maybe a small altar, so that your people will know in the future that this is here to remember what Amalek did to us. Well, guys, that's the video. I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, you can let me know in the comments section, or you can email me. Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you think somebody will get something out of this, please share it. Apparently, right now, the way to help the algorithm is by sharing. So I'd appreciate it if you guys shared it on your Facebook, Twitter, social media, email, show it to your friends. I'm going to put some videos on the screen. The bottom right-hand corner is going to be the Exodus Bible study. And then I'm going to put a video on the lower left, and probably Genesis Bible study on the top left there. You can go to Genesis 39 to see about Esau. Anyways, guys, that's the video. I appreciate you guys watching. Have yourself a great day.